toward the end here. Talk is titled Your Book Idea Doesn't Suck. A lot of writers, I find, they'll slog through the writing process. It is very long and tedious. They pour their hearts into these books, then they publish them, and they sit back and say, oh yeah, 1 million copies going to sell in the next 30 days. I'm going to make a lot of money. And they click refresh multiple times, and they end up selling about 7 copies to friends and family. Most of those friends and family, they don't even read the thing. They just wanted to support the person that they love. So the question is, why do most new authors flop with their books? Why do they spend thousands of hours on this thing, pour a bunch of money into editing, design, marketing, and then they see maybe a dozen people buy it? Most of it, if they actually buy a physical copy, it just languishes on a bookshelf somewhere, or it's a digital file that never gets opened. And the problem is that they didn't do the proper prep work. We'll get into all this prep work soon, but first I want to go through the why. I was going to do a show of hands, but almost a lot of people have their things off. I don't think I could see it. There's only 7 others on here. So how many people actually want to write a book, but you haven't written one yet? Mac, you've written one. It says, get my book pre-sale now open. So I know you wrote a book. How many have written a book but didn't publish it? I can't actually see everyone here, but I kind of have an idea of who is raising their hand. Sample size of 7 really doesn't do us much justice. But what about those who wrote a book and published? Mac is on that list. I know Kathy's written at least 1.
Right.
At least 3, maybe several others. So we can't get the statistics quite right with this sample size. It's because a large part of the Achieve group is all about writing books. That's one of the things Rob and Vanessa get up there and they preach. They say, you want to be an authority in your industry, write a book on it. So we all want to write a book. Statistically speaking, if you polled the majority of the population, you'd find about 80% of people think that they should write a book. They want to write a book. It's 4 out of 5 people that you talk to want to write that book. Not many of them actually do it. And I'll get to that statistic here in a little while. But there are a bunch of reasons on why you'd want to write a book. And if we have time, Q&A, we can talk about people that have written one or want to write a book. We can talk about your guys' reasons. And most of those reasons fall outside of the idea of it would be really neat to write a book.